In this video we are going to see how to design Tkinter GUI for login page. So for this first we have to import the Tkinter module. Import Tkinter as Tk as the alias name. Now what you have to do, you have to create the root window. So for that root equal to tk.tk. Now after that what you have to do is you have to keep that root window in the loop. So keep it root dot main loop. So now run this page. First you have to save this one. Yeah. So here it has created small window for you. Now what you have to do, if you want to resize the given window, it can be done by using the geometry function. So root dot geometry, and here you have to give the dimensions. I want to give 400 by 300 size window. Yeah. Now let's run this one. Now you can see this is the window size 400 and 300 size. Now after that, if you want to give any title for that window, you can give it like that, dot title. So here I have given login page. So like that I have given the title. Now once run this program and see that. So here is the title of your window. So login page is the title. Now after this, so generally whenever you are opening any login page, what will you do? You'll keep one user image. So yeah, already I downloaded one image and kept it in the folder. So this is the image I want to keep it. So this image I want to keep it at the login page. Now let us see how to do. For keeping the image, first you have to install one module in command window. Pip inst install. This module should be installed. So in my computer already it has been installed. That's why it is showing that requirement already satisfied. Now after this, you have to import that module for loading the images from pill import so this from pill module you have to import. Now after that your task is to loading the image. So how to do? Equal to image dot open. So here you have to give the image name along with the path. So if your program and image are both are in the same folder, doesn't need to give the path, simply you can write the image name. And after that, generally if the image is larger, then you can resize. So image equal to img dot, you can resize the image and giving the size 70 by 70. So like that I can put a size. Now what you have to do, you can keep it in here. Yeah. Image tk dot photo image for loading into our program. Now we have to keep this image in one label. So label 1 I have created. Within that label I want to keep this one tk dot label and image equal to, we have to give the what are the variable name within that you have it. The same thing you have to keep this one. Now after finishing that, you have to give position of the label. So that can be done by using the place function also. Label 1 dot place, you have to give the x coordinates and y coordinates at which space in the screen it should be available. So like this you can keep it. Now run your program. Now it is showing that here it should be under the parameters. Now let's run. Yeah, that's one. So now this image is visible on the screen on the given coordinates. After doing this, what you have to do is, next you can add the login details, means enter the username and password. So for the both the things you have to create the labels as well as text entry. So first I am creating the label 2 for username equal to tk dot label. In root window I want to keep this one, that's why I keep it as the root. Now here whatever the text I want to keep is, that is username, and in the font, what are the font you want to keep, you can keep it here, and I'm keeping the font as some 10. So yeah, after that you have to place the position for this label. Label 2 dot placing should be done. Now generally here I am giving the axis for this one, x-axis and y-axis. According to that it will be placed on the screen. Now let's run this one. Now you can see that here this image at the bottom username is there. Now beside that we have to provide one text box for entering the username. So here you have to create another variable, name underscore var, for storing the what are the data we read. So we have to, with the data type I have to create, I have created the string variable. So what are the data entered by the user, that should be read and stored in this variable. Now so for that I am giving the name, uname is the name given for text box, so within that user can enter the data. Now uname equal to, now I have to use the entry widget, so entry. So in which place it should be there, in root window, in which frame it should be there, that should be mentioned clearly. And after that text variable means what are the data entered by the user, in which variable it should store. So here I have created one variable for username, so same variable has to give name underscore var, within that variable data will be stored. And after that you can give width of the text box, I'm giving around 15. Now after that you can give the font size also, I'm giving uniform font 10 for every widget. And after that you have to place this on the screen, uname dot place, by giving x-axis and y-axis. I'm giving the x coordinates and y coordinates. Yeah, now run this one. Now here you can see that, so below that username and box is also both are available. Now after that you have to take data for the password. So for password also first you have to create one label for displaying the message password. So here same thing you can use. So instead of username, here you have to use the name password. Now after that you have to give the coordinates for this also, label 3 dot place for keeping on that frame. Here I am giving x-axis equal to 50 and y-axis is again 160. Like this you can give the coordinates. Now run this program and check. So now here you can see that username box is there, password, but till now this entry box is not there. We have to create that box also. So again we have to go with that box. So like the username text entry box you can create here, but here it should be password. Yeah, it is not the name where, it should be the pwd where. So here also you have to keep pwd where, and here you can keep pwd instead of username, you can rename the box name pwd. Now here you have to give the position for this one. So this is also can be done by giving the coordinates. So here I have given like this. Once run this and check. Yeah, now both the boxes are there. First try to enter the name, for suppose enter the username, and password whenever I'm typing it is visible, but you have to hide this with some asterisk symbols. So that's why what I'm doing is, here in entry box, here you can keep one parameter show equal to asterisk symbol. So means whenever user enter anything, instead of showing the text it will show this symbol. So simply open this. Now it's visible. Now whatever you are typing in the password box, it will be displayed in the form of asterisk. Now after this, you need one login button. So after entering the username and password, generally we will have one button. By pressing that button, it will check that whether username and password is correct or not. tk dot, you have to call the button function. Here I am keeping this in the root window, and what is the text should be displayed on the button, that should be given here. So I have written sign in. Now after that I am giving the width of the button also equal to around some 15. Now after that, so I can give the background color of the button also. What are the color you want for the button, that is also can be given. So let's close this one. And after finishing that, for the button also you have to give the coordinates and which position on the screen should be there. So here I have given x equal to 160 and y equal to 210. Yeah. Now run this program. Now you can see that one sign in button is there which is under gray color. So now here I am entering the username. So enter the password. Now if I click on sign in, some activity should be performed. Some action should be done. But here nothing has been happened. So what you have to do for that? So whenever you click on the button, one function should be called. Within that function you have to write a code what should be done. So then only some action can be performed. So for that what you have to do, you have to call the function, you have to give the parameter command equal to, here you have to give the function name. So here I'm giving the function name as the login. So within the login function we can write the logic. So at the top create one function def login. So this is the function. Now within that, so after clicking the button, automatically this function will be called. So what I'm doing is here, at the first top, keep one import the message box, import take enter message box, message box. Yeah. So here you can call the show info message box dot show info. Within that you can give the title. First thing is the title. So what is the title of that small pop-up window? So here I'm giving that authentication. I can give that anything name you can give it. Now after that, what is the message to be displayed on that window? So here you can keep that successfully logged in. So like that you can keep a message. Now run this program and check. Now here enter the username, enter some password and click on sign. So one message came, successfully logged in. But here it is not checking whether username and password both are correct or whether user entered the password and all the things are not. It is not checking anything. Now let's write a logic for that. Now here instead of displaying like this plainly, now whatever the username and password user is entering, all the things should be passed to this function. So whenever you want to pass a parameters, whenever you are clicking the function, you have to use the lambda functions. Yeah, lambda login. So here you have to give the parameters. So in which variable name has been stored, username, name underscore where. So name underscore where dot get. So after that, automatically what are the data stored in that variable, that will be taken. And next then password underscore where dot get. So automatically what are the password entered there, that will be taken. Now same will be passed to the function. So here you can give name and pw. Now both the parameters are taken. Now whenever user is login, first you have to check that whether user has entered the username or not. So if len of name double equal to 0 means length of the name is 0, means user didn't enter the username. So you can keep a message that enter username, means if they don't enter the username it should not proceed further. Let us see. So here user didn't enter the username, they are trying to click on sign. It is showing the message enter username. So now for suppose I enter the username, still if I click on sign in, it is not checking about the password. Now we have to check the password also. So same logic you have to write with elif. So instead of length of the name, I have to check the password. Enter. If user don't enter the password, you have to ask them to enter the password also. Yeah. Now here user didn't enter the username. So again, right, 1609. Now click on sign in. Now user has entered the username. Now it asks you to enter the password also. So now just type some password. Some password has typed. It's going on. It is not showing any error. Now we have to check that what are the username and password they're entering, whether both are correct or not. So that can be done. So how you have to do? If they entered both the things, now you have to check that whether username is correct or not. So if name double equal to, so generally whenever user is registering, their data will be stored in the database. From that you can do, but here I am doing by some known values only. Assume that this is the admin system. Assume that username should be admin. Assume that it should be admin. Yeah. If name double equal to admin, then it should accept. So then if name is valid, what they have to do? Then they have to check that whether password is correct or not. So within that you have to give one more if condition. If pwd equal to, assume that admin password is 12348. Yeah. If both the things are matched, then you should show the message successfully logged in. Logged in. Yeah. Now assume that username is correct and password is wrong. So then you can give one more message box. You can keep a message that invalid password. Means here after name has been valid, within that you are coming to the if condition. Name has been satisfied, but password is not matched. Then you are going with that. So what if the name is also not matched? Then you have to keep else statement here. Now here you can write the invalid username. Invalid username. So like that you can keep it. So now run this one. Now here, if I don't enter anything, it will ask you to enter the username first. I entered, it has been accepted. Now it asks you to enter the password. I am entering the password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now it is showing the message successfully logged on. So here you have to write a logic. By clicking on the OK, it should go to the home page. Assume that I entered the wrong password. Enter the wrong password. Now if I click on sign in, it should show you that invalid password. It is working. Now here assume that I entered the wrong user ID. Then it should show you the message invalid username. So this is the way you can make a login page UI by using. At the end, if you want to add any background image to your login page, so here, so first you have to select the image. So here you can download any images and you kept in, yeah. So here I downloaded 3 backgrounds. So this one and this one like that. So whatever you want, you can keep it. These are the names I have given. Now let's go to the program. So first you have to import the image. So how the image can be opened? So the logic IMA image dot open. So within that you have to give the name background dot extension also you have to give. Yeah. Now this should be kept in the photo image tk dot photo image. It should be kept as the parameter. Yeah. Now keep it under one variable image. So like this image can be open. And after that create one label. Within that label you can keep the image. So tk dot maybe a label, and here image equal to img. I kept it. After that keep this label on the root window, label dot place, by keeping the index as 0 and 0. So means x equal to 0, y equal to 0. Just you are giving the position y and yes. And now run your program. Yeah, it is showing that yeah, photo image spelling is wrong. Photo image. Yeah. Now run this program and check once again. Yeah, still it is not showing. I think let's change the image variable name. Yeah. Now run. Yeah. Yeah. Now you can see that in background one image has been kept. And for suppose if you want to keep the another background, so here change the image name background. So this is the existing file in the same folder. So now we can see that another image on the background. Still if you want another type of background, so you can keep the background image 3. So already I have saved 3 images with these names. So now you can see the background images like this. So this is the way simply you can keep the background image for the particular page in Tkinter. So that's all about this.